Welcome back, everyone. As the race to recall California Governor Gavin Newsom heats up, the question becomes, can a Republican win in California? I had said that Caitlyn Jenner might just be the only Republican that could actually beat Newsom in a state like California, yet today she let me down, big time, by the way. Jenner's first flip-flop comes on an all-important issue: biological males claiming to be transgender playing in women's sports. She first said it's, quote, not fair. Now she says this.
And you notice I did not say in that statement trans women. I said biological boys. Trans women who are truly trans, who at a very young age, started proper medical treatment. They've grown up as girls. Of course they should be able to compete in girls' sports.
Well, that's a far different stance than she took before. No, they should not, by the way. And I want to remind you what Jenner said just a few weeks ago. Watch this.
Question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair.
That was common sense, and I had respect for her for saying it. This is a huge problem now for two reasons. One is Jenner is flip-flopping on the transgenders and women's sports issue, but even more important is the actual flip-flop itself. If Jenner backtracks under this issue with all the pressure, what other issues is Jenner going to flip-flop on again? This raises a huge trust issue with voters that Jenner will not stay true to her convictions, and that is not what we need, folks, from any politician. Well, I want to welcome in my panel now. President of the Red Renaissance PAC, Kim Klacik, is here. Also with us, Illinois Republican congressional candidate and former Department of Commerce special advisor for the Trump administration, Catalina Lauf. Kim, Catalina, great to have you both on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Are you ladies, I guess, Kim, I'll start with you, surprised by Jenner's backtracking on this?
You know what, Grant? I'm very surprised by it. I honestly thought Caitlyn Jenner was very conservative, very Republican. I know she supported President Trump wholeheartedly. And like you showed in your clip beforehand, she did say that she was against trans women being in female sports. And so now for her to flip-flop on it, I think you're right. What else will she flip-flop on in the future? It almost seems like someone got in her ear and says, you know what, you got to backtrack on this. You're going to represent the trans community. And so she's going to have a lot of people that are going to ask her to probably support, the LGBTQ community as she goes forward. And so, I was already supporting Major Williams. He's running for governor in California. I wasn't too sure about Caitlyn Jenner, but this basically puts more positive note on Major Williams moving forward.
Yeah. This, in my mind, throws her out as a viable candidate altogether. Catalina, you're running for office right now. Kim, I know you did run for office. You can't be flopping around like this. Coming up on a campaign, the voters will have no trust in you, Catalina.
No, you absolutely cannot. Caitlyn, leave the flip-flopping to the Democrats and the rhinos who don't have principles, who say whatever they want. Just to get elected. Look, people want authenticity. They are sick and tired of the politicians who say one thing but mean another. And, you may not agree with a candidate or a politician 100% of the time, but the most important age that we're in now is authenticity, is the trust. Yeah. It is at an all-time low with all politicians and candidates, and people are gravitating towards people who are real, who will stand firm on their issues, who are not afraid to fight. And frankly, this would have been an issue that Caitlyn Jenner really could have been impactful on had she standed firm. And so I think it was a huge mistake that she backtracked on this.
She may have been the most credible person on earth to comment on this subject, and I think she blew it here on this one. I want to play a soundbite, different topic. Joy Behar of The View, these women annoy me there, but anyway, they're gloating now of this possibility of President Trump facing criminal charges in a political witch hunt again in New York City. A grand jury's been formed. Listen to how she spells out how happy she is about all of this.
I'm a betting woman, and I say he could be indicted very easily. When he's indicted, I'm going to have a big party with Mexican food, a piñata, margaritas.
Talk about cultural appropriation. Quick answers from you both. Kim, you first.
Yeah, so Grant, I was on The View once, and I went toe-to-toe with Joy Behar and talked about the fact that she paraded around in blackface and nobody held her accountable for it. But Joy Behar is probably wrong 100% of the time. She said the Russian collusion, the Russian hoax was going down. She said impeachment because of the so-called insurrection, he was going down then. So, you know what, I don't hold Joy Behar to any standard, but I love the fact that she gloats and thinks that President Trump's negative press is something that she should take pride in.
Well, Kim, the last time you were on The View was the last time I actually turned into The View live. So that tells you something about that show and the value you had for it and the value it doesn't have without you. Catalina, real quick, if you can, your response to Joy there, piñatas and the like. I mean, talk about hypocrisy.
I was going to say, well, Kim, you are underselling yourself. You annihilated Joy, and it was a great win for all Republicans when you did call her out for that. And look, they need to be called out. This is total hypocrisy. This is disgusting, frankly, that, President Trump lives rent-free in these people's minds. And, why don't they focus on more pressing issues and the real issues at hand here, rather than just gloating and being arrogant and using their platform to continue to fuel the fire and fan flames and divide and this hateful, violent rhetoric that they love to do.
It is interesting how he does roam those empty chambers they call their minds. Good line, Catalina, absolutely. Kim Klacik, Catalina Lauf, great to have you both on the show. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.